Hello, my name is Molten Snow. I'll be showing you how to meth cook and make cocaine. These two jobs are labeled under meth cooker, so I'll be showing you how to do both jobs. Just know that there isn't a cocaine cooker or cocaine maker or cocaine grower or whatever you would put it, but there is a meth cooker, and that's where you're going to be making cocaine and also making meth. So it's a weird aspect. So let's go over the entities. These right down here are for cocaine. We got water bottle, which is pretty standard. Stove, cooking pot, bucket, leaves, battery, gas containers, drying rack, cocaine box, cocaine extractor, and baking soda. So the cocaine extractor requires three things: a bucket, cocaine leaves, and this little thing. Now this little thing, you cook with baking soda and water, and you need 3 of these pots cooked. Now once you cook it, it will stay cooked. You know, no matter how much I blow on it, it will stay cooked. So you just need 3 of these, and you put them into the cocaine extractor, and then you get a bucket of cocaine. You take that bucket of cocaine into the cocaine dryer, which you can power via batteries, and then that gives you cocaine, which you can then put in a box. Now, how do you cook those pots? Well, you put them on a stove. Now the stove requires fuel, so here are the fuel units. No, these do not explode. They just get destroyed. So, let's cook one. We got a pot. I need to buy water and baking soda. And then once you're done, you put that on a stove. So, this cakes fuel incredibly quickly, and I'm probably going to speed up the process. Because it takes a while to cook, and you need to refuel with fuel, and it's just boring. Okay, so once they are done and they have a yellow tint to them, you can press E and dislodge them from their magical place in the world. And you can turn off the stove so you don't waste fuel. I'm keeping that one on because it needs to cook more. Come on, man, I believe in you. Okay. That one is just stubborn. I don't know why. So, once we have this magical yellow liquid that is baking soda and water, there we go, finally. Take it over to the cocaine extractor. You put 3 of them in, and that increases the, for a lack of better term, pot meter, or hot mixture meter, or whatever you want to call it. But you need 3 of them to fill up that bar. In my opinion, it should be 2, but it is 3. And then you add the cocaine leaves and the bucket. And then once you do that, and all these meters are filled up, you flick this red switch right here, and bam. And while that's going, I'll put this over here, and I want to show you a phenomena that occurs. It's really a glitch, but Decorator doesn't want to patch it. So, whew, that took a while. I can take this bucket of cocaine, and this is a real bucket of cocaine. Not anymore, it just disappeared. Hopefully it's still there. Yes, it is still magically there. For some reason, it just disappeared out of the bucket. For some reason, you can put 2 of these cocaine buckets in a single one. Okay, and let's just start this one up. and it will produce 1 pack. Now, you may be thinking, okay, but I can put in 1 bucket of cocaine and also get 1 pack. And they sell for the same price. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but 2 buckets of cocaine does not equal 1 bucket of cocaine. So why are they selling 2 buckets of cocaine the same price as 1 bucket of cocaine? It's weird. And I will prove this to you. So this right here, this box right here, and it has to be in a box in order to sell it. This box right here, I'll put it in the lower right hand of my inventory, right? This box I will put in the lower left part of my inventory. I'll just sort it to make it easier for you. Upper right is where we put 2 buckets of cocaine in. And lower left is where we're going to be putting 1 bucket of cocaine in. Okay. So this is my lower left.
Hi.
$7,000. And that's where I put 1 bucket of cocaine in. And this is my 2 buckets of cocaine.
Hi.
$7,000. It is weird. So what I recommend is putting 1 bucket of cocaine into your drawing rack right here, drawing station, whatever you would like to call it, and drying it, and then putting another bucket in, and then drying it, and then putting another bucket in, and then drying it. I don't recommend putting multiple buckets in, as you'll lose your money. So next up, selling it. I found 3 NPCs. Once again, I'm not showing you a good setup. I'm just showing you how to do it and where the sellers are, or where the buyers are, rather. And I think there's only 3. This guy does a weird little jig. I don't know why. But here's one of them right here. Yeah, I know where the other 2 are. My memory is not the best because I remember a lot of NPC locations. But there should be one near a corrupt banker, I think? Or a meth buyer. That's what it is. A meth buyer. One right here, and then over here. And there's Fountain. Right here for reference. So, there's one all the way back here. They are really spread out in my opinion. There really shouldn't be a meth buyer all the way in Ocean Land. But there's Tyrone Johnson right here. You can drop it and sell it to them.
Finally. Hi. Finally.
And there you go. You sold cocaine. Those boxes can fit 4 cocaine packs or 8. I forgot. But they can fit either or in. Obviously, I'm not going to do hours and hours worth of research in here. I've cooked cocaine maybe once or twice. Because it's honestly, it's not really profitable unless you have friends. And I do not have friends. And also, I would rather make my money in other ways. Anyway, I'll see you when I get, what is it, meth setup. And I'm all done with the meth setup. So, let's take a look at the meth entities. We got aluminum, a filter, methylenium, a collect crate, a freezer, spelt wrong, and a combiner. It is spelt this way because that's how Zero decided to put it on the side of the machine. So, that's the way that decorator put it in, which I find pretty amusing. So, we got aluminum, methylenium, and a filter, and those all correspond with the meth combiner. And then eventually, once we get the process of making meth done, we need to freeze it, which is why we have the freezer right here. So we put methylenium in. Once the methylenium is done, we put aluminum in. And once the aluminum is done, it will spew out toxic gas, which we need the filter for. Now, the filter not only prevents you from getting harmed, but if you don't have a filter on, it will not make as much meth as it should. which is weird because all the filter does is filter the byproduct gas, and I do not understand how that would affect the overall product. So I don't know, but it does. So you need a filter, and it's basically a cost, right? A marginal cost. So the filter will get destroyed after about 1.5 uses. I personally do not need money. I have way more than this, but so I just destroy my filter. But if you are low on cash or if you're just starting out, you can reuse the filter, and once it automatically gets destroyed, you can put on a new one. But it's just a lot of waiting, so you can do cocaine with your friends or something like that. I do recommend basing with someone else while doing meth, because it gets really boring. So anyway, I just have to sit here and wait for it to process over and over and over and over again. And that's what I call content. Okay, so now the combiner requires 5 aluminum. It can require anywhere from 1 to 5 methylenium or aluminum. And this is the annoying part of it. Did I buy enough? I don't think I did. Now at this point, you can put on your filter, and it will be all fine and dandy. So at this point, if I were you, I would put on your filter. However, I am not going to do that because I want to show you what happens if you don't do that immediately. Okay, this is what happens if you do not put a filter on it. It will say danger, and if you get too close, you will start taking damage. Now this is globally, so everyone takes damage from it, not just you. So you put on a filter on it to increase your yield and to prevent damage to yourself. Now it's going to process again. So once it's done processing, after processing again, it will misludge, which is basically another loading bar. So you need to wait for it to misludge before you can actually do anything with the sludge. Okay, it is done misludging. You can see that it is not a very even number, due to me having the filter off of it for a while. So I have less of it, basically. So now what we can do is we can go over to the hyperfreeze machine, and we can take out the panels of it. Oh, okay, I can't physically that. That'd make more sense. The best way I found out that I can take the trays out is by coming at it at an angle and spamming about right here. It's very finicky. There we go. I would just keep on spamming on it. And then once all these are filled up, we should put these back into the freezer. I would like to point out that the reason you don't have the filter on 24/7 on the meth combiner is because you need to put stuff in there, and you can't put stuff in there while you have the filter on. So after we do all this, obviously you need to clean the combiner. So you just run around it and spam E. You can't stand in one place and spam E. I tried. So now if we try putting in methylenium while there's a filter installed, it will not go. You can only do so when the filter is off. This is basically another waiting game. It's really boring. I just like to jump around, vape, knife fight with my friends, stuff like that.
Bing, 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 bong.
There we go. So now you can crack this up, and I honestly wouldn't crouch while doing this, because you can accidentally pick it up, and that's just annoying. And then once you're done with this, you can pick this up, but you can't sell it. You actually can't do anything with this unless you put it in the collect crate. And once you do so, if you have the maximum yield, this will automatically close. But if you don't have the maximum yield, you have to close it yourself and press C on it. Okay, so now that we're done with all this, we need to go sell it. Now the selling mechanic for this particular tycoon is very interesting. You have to go to random places around the map. Is there one still here? I do not think so. Oh, I know there's one right here. You have to go... Okay, never mind. They keep updating the map, man. Okay, here one is. So you go around here and you sell it. It's weird. Anyway, there's a meth buyer right there, but we'll be going over him later. So I'm pretty sure there's no meth buyer over here. I was wrong. Okay, there's a meth buyer right here. I was just double checking. Meth buyer right here. Meth buyer right here. There are a lot of meth buyers. I have no clue why. Like, there's usually 3 of NPCs. I think there's 5, 6. Let's count. We're on our 3rd one right here. Meth buyer right here. 4th, yeah, there's 5. And down here in the sewer. And there's a meth buyer all the way over here. This one is glitched into the wall a bit. It's on purpose to make his foot stick in the wall. I just thought that was kind of weird. Anyway, this is easier if you have a jetpack. If you do not have a jetpack, I recommend going to the one above. I'll go to that anyway for demonstration purposes. If you do not have a jetpack, I recommend going to the one right here. It's just easier, and it's in the center of all the spawns.
If I could live my life over.
So you press E on them, and there will be a drop-off point. You go to the drop-off point, and you press E on this. Obviously, this one is really close, but you get the idea. For a maximum yield, you can sell about 64, 65k. It's pretty good money. There's just like 10 minutes worth of waiting, which is really annoying. Anyway, this has been Molten Snow. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to do more videos like this. If you have any ideas, message me on Discord, Molten Snow, #9999. I honestly should try and upload more than I do, but you know, it's just a fact of being really lazy. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my later videos.